Oh, I remember this dress. It's historically significant. This dress was given to me by a man who would sit on the bench in the park and watch us kids play in the swimming pool. And he asked Mother if he could buy me a dress. And so this was it, but it met with disaster. Where am I there? I had almost a head taller than other girls. So they thought I was older. But I was out on the school playground when we wore dresses. You don't see any of the girls with pants. We wore dresses to school and no canvas shoes, leather shoes. That was the standard. But I jumped out of the swing and my dress caught on the chain and just ripped the whole bottom of it off. So that's the fate that befall the dress. This is my favorite, one of my favorite dress-ups for the Buell Parade. Mother must have had those. There's Gail, she's an Indian. Oh my, birthday time. There's Jan. We were pretty good friends. That's Gail, Patsy and Clyde's daughter. Not the oldest. Jeannie's the oldest, but my hair's... Oh yeah, we lived in swimming suits. There's my bike. I don't think that's really that I'm going to dive. I didn't like diving. I like jumping. Oh, this is one of my best friends.
In the heart?
Yes. Carolyn. We used to go out on the playground and chant, Eddie Arnold Skunkendorf, Eddie Arnold Skunkendorf.
Why would
to get his attention, his name was Arnold Buckendorf.
Oh.
So we wanted his attention. That's how we got it. But he got me the prettiest birthday present. I was just thrilled with it. It was a little box, about 4 by 7, and in it were knives and forks and spoons. They were plastic and dipped in a chrome, so they looked like silverware. Oh, I thought that was...
What did you use them for?
For when I would play with dishes and dollies. I looked bigger, but I was still a little kid. Oh, this is what I wore when we moved from Buell to Wendell. I showed up dressed in a skirt, and then this is a vest, and then the rose. And one of my classmates later told me, I thought you were the secretary to the teacher. I looked so much older. There's what I looked like. Thought I was secretary. This is the second home we lived in Buell, but I loved this house. It had been owned by a couple that had an upholstery shop. Every surface on the floor, on the stairs, every surface had a carpet, and there was upholstery everywhere. And they had a music room with a real piano, and they had toys and athletic equipment in the basement that their children had used, and so they just left them for us. And so we had roller skates and ice skates. I remember those. Oh, Palomino. That's my junior or senior year. It must be my sophomore year. Here, I know all these. Gloria. There I am. Yeah, Jay Chandler. Jack Chan. Yes. We wore dickies. This is a dickie. It just goes inside this sweater. And we would earn our sweaters from picking potatoes. We'd go down and choose a sweater and put it on layaway and then earn the money to buy it picking potatoes. But we didn't want to have to launder those sweaters very often, so we'd wear the little dickies to keep the sweater clean. Oh, Liberty Bell, this is some excursion as seniors. That's Billy Parker. She and I were cheerleaders together. This dress was turquoise, and I wore it to one of the senior dances, but I also wore it at BYU when I performed a solo dance. I wanted so much to be a cowgirl. But I remember, this is the neighbor's Palomino stallion. I remember the boy on the sidelines yelled, "Which one's the horse?" That was pretty cool. Oh, this is when I was a junior and I lived in Provo. The first half of the year I took care of a paraplegic to earn my rent, and the second half of the year she said, "I've never had a sister. I've always wanted one." And she begged me to live in their home. Yes, and her name is Merlene McGee. And she was a redhead, and boy, could she talk. And I remember we were in bunk beds, and I was on the bottom, and she would talk and talk and talk, and I would just go to sleep. I don't know when she stopped talking. Maybe she never stopped talking. But she was a cute little bundle of energy. Oh, I made this for home ec. It's called a duster, and it goes over a sheath. And the sheath was red, and this duster, and I even had a little hat that I wore with it. Gloves, high heels. I was quite the senior. These were older women, but this is in front of the church. No, this is in Wendell. That's my senior year. It was one of my sewing projects. These glasses are so 50s. Oh, I haven't seen these. I dated him.
Jay Chandler.
Jay Chandler was sophomore class president. She and I, this one, Lynetta Dixon, we would double date. I was 12, she was 13 or 14, but her parents wouldn't let her go unless she had someone with her, and I'm the one she picked. Oh, this is Mrs. Lawton. She taught sewing. She was our home ec teacher. We were homemakers of America. It's an interesting picture. There's Lynetta. That's me. We were doing the Trojan Echo staff. This is Lynetta's brother. I tried so hard to impress him. I would stand on my head.
Really?
Yeah. When he'd come out of the lunchroom, the playground was just across the street, and he had to cross the street to go to the school he went to. I was in grade school. He was at the high school. And I would stand on my head while he went by. It's the only way I knew to get his attention. Trojanettes. We were the drill team. Because I'd had so much dance, I was able to do some of the choreography for the Trojanettes. I don't see me in there. Where am I? Okay, there I am. I worked serving lunch at the cafeteria. See? There's the proof. I was the only one that could do that. Stand on my head. Oh, yes. All the slips under there. This is a full circle skirt, that is. And the Oxfords. Oh, that is so 50s. There's the drill team. Lynetta. And then we each had a pom-pom. Looks like we had two pom-poms. That's the Wendell parade. It's usually on the 4th of July. See all that gum? I had that removed. My gum was just too prominent, too low on the teeth. Well, that's my graduation picture. I don't recall anything about a legislative council. That might have been at BYU. This is the thespian club. This professor was so excellent. Green Pastures. I tried out for the lead woman's role. This was more fitting to me. Moses' wife, Zephora. Billy and I are singing a duet. I'm singing soprano. She's singing alto. This is our senior year. This was the chapel in Wendell. Here is the last house that I ever lived in. I came home from Provo and lived here until I came home from Provo, and I'm dressed for school where I was a senior and on the staff of the Echo. I really like this picture. This is one of our trips to Provo. Oh, there's Merlene. I remember these dresses. This is Mrs. McGee and Mr. McGee. And he worked at a automobile showroom, and he would bring home a new car every Sunday, and we would all go for a Sunday drive. This was every Sunday. We would go for a drive, and he would try out this new car. It was fun. We always had good food there, and of course plenty of conversation. This boy was salutatorian. I was valedictorian. He died that next summer swimming. He was working hard in the fields, and he got hot, and he went over to the irrigation canal and went swimming, and he died. He was caught in some branches under the surface and couldn't get out, and he drowned. Robert, I don't remember his last name. I'm the accompanist. This is a girl from the Spanish group of shepherds that were keeping sheep on the desert, a high desert above the Snake River. But she came and went to school in our high school. She's singing at the graduation. I was totally surprised that I was valedictorian, but I was also the most outstanding senior girl, which was awarded by a committee of people from the community. And I was chosen because I accompanied the congregation at sacrament meeting on the organ, and because I did the spring cleaning of one of the city councilmen, and because at the school I did a lot of help. I helped the teachers with miscellaneous things like how many pop bottles there were from the basketball game, so that they could order, so miscellaneous things like that. And I could do that because I was staying after school waiting for Mother. Oh my goodness. Jose Ignacio Miranda saved me in Mexico City at the university. I didn't want to go to the bullfight. I didn't want the blood and gore. I wanted to go to the university. So I got a friend to go with me, and we realized that there were no girls at this university. It was all male. That's my graduation picture. Oh, look at all these things. Drill Team, Honor Society, Future Homemakers of America, Trojanettes, Trojan Echo Staff, Trojan Annual, Associate Editor, Provo, Utah, that was my junior year, Pep Band, I remember that, typewriter. It was the old hit the carriage bar. Oh, Jerry Hansen. This is the Pep Band, I guess. Drill Team. It's a drill team. Future Homemakers of America. I'm there somewhere. There. That is a glovelet. Yes. It came down to here. And this was a soft. Most of the girls are wearing strapless gowns for the senior ball, but I'm wearing a modest gown. I just loved it. It was so beautiful. It was pink and white. Oh, there. That's in the library. Oh, Paula Idariga. This was the girl who you saw singing with her. I think was Paula Idariga. We even wore skirts to the basketball games. Oh, this was a play, a senior class play. Hillbilly Wedding. The W on our sweaters is for Wendell. Wendell Trojans.